Ford means reliability for me and my family.
Quality vehicles.
Built tough.
For me, Ford is more than a car manufacturer. Ford is part of my life.
Going further to me is pretty much getting me across the country.
Ford can get you further on a tank of gas.
Ford goes the extra mile for you.
To me, Ford means fun.
Ford for me is that kind of innovation, a change of mindset.
It just says quality and something I can rely on.
我觉得福特车它是进口品牌嘛。
Incredible build quality, probably one of the best build qualities in a car that I've ever had.
It is a fantastic car to drive, and I'm going to have it until she gives up on me.
When I was in Afghanistan, I didn't have to worry about my family's safety when they're driving around in their vehicle.
Ford is always there for you.
I learned to drive in a Ford.
Con 16 años, mis amigos y yo veíamos el cine y veíamos Bullitt. Entonces, todos queríamos ser Steve McQueen y todos queríamos tener ese coche.
That was awesome. Pulling up at home in our Ford Explorer with our new baby boy in it. It was something else.
It's a car company I can trust.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Ford.
Good morning, and thank you all for coming. And allow me to be the first to welcome you to the 25th anniversary of the North American International Auto Show. To me, the stories you've just heard from our customers illustrate why Ford is so special and much more than just another car company. They show that people are passionate about the blue oval everywhere around the world. Our Ford and Lincoln brands are a large part of millions of lives, and we continue to grow. Last year, customers purchased more than 6 million new Ford and Lincoln vehicles, and that's more than 10% growth compared with the prior year, and substantially more than the global industry's 3 to 4% growth rate. I love seeing new people from all around the world coming to Ford. Some are coming because we're now offering great products that meet their needs better than ever before. Some because we're entering their markets for the first time as we continue to expand and take advantage of growth opportunities around the world. And others because growing economic prosperity is opening the door to vehicle ownership. Now, we could just view this growth as a great business accomplishment, but to me, growth is an opportunity to contribute to a better world for more people through great products, good jobs, stronger communities, and the freedom of mobility. And the way we plan to do this is by our blueprint for mobility, which seeks to redefine the freedom of mobility that we've enjoyed for more than 100 years. Soon, we will launch a number of experiments in major cities, working with local partners, organizations, and other stakeholders to help define potential mobility solutions and opportunities. Ford is committed to being the leader in automotive mobility solutions. And as we do, we'll go further by remaining a leader in sustainable business practices and by introducing technology that will enhance our customers' lives. Now, nowhere is this more evident than in one product we'll introduce today. It underscores that fuel efficiency is now a reason to buy a Ford product. As part of our sustainability strategy, it uses industry-leading, high-strength, lightweight materials and technologies that make this iconic vehicle both tough and smart. And as we introduce such game-changing new products today, we're also focused on the future. For example, our automated Fusion hybrid research vehicle is now on the road, helping us explore the opportunities of automated technologies and bring them to the market faster. Also, the C-Max solar energy concept we introduced last week at the Consumer Electronics Show channels electricity from solar panels on its roof as a possible next step in electrified vehicles. And they are all part of our vision to create great products, build a strong business, and contribute to a better world. In doing so, Ford will continue to represent something very special to millions of customers and preserve the world we live in for generations to come. Now, guiding us every step on our way is our One Ford plan, which has transformed this company. And here to tell you more is the man who led its development, our President and CEO, Alan Mulally.
Thank you, Bill. Ford, one team, one plan, one goal. This compelling strategy continues to inspire all of us at Ford. During the past 7 years, we have relentlessly implemented our One Ford plan, delivering the profitable growth and success that Bill just described. We are laser focused on making progress on our Ford and our Lincoln brands, delivering 17 straight quarters of profitability. Yet, even more exciting is the fact that we have only just begun to see the full potential of our One Ford plan. One Ford is focused on serving customers around the world with a full family of vehicles, small, medium, and large, cars, utilities, and trucks, each delivering the very best quality, fuel efficiency, safety, smart design, and value. Bill talked about more than 10% global sales growth we achieved in the past year alone. What lies ahead is even more impressive. We expect to serve even more customers and achieve global sales growth of another 25% in the years ahead. As we do, we will continue to become even more efficient, leveraging our global scale to deliver profitable growth. Our portfolio is more balanced than ever before. In fact, we expect small vehicles to represent more than half of our total global sales by the end of this decade, with nearly 1/3 of all of our sales coming from Asia Pacific. To meet this growth, we have increased our investment in new products and new technology. Increasingly, Ford is recognized as a technology leader and an automotive leader, with Ford Sync and EcoBoost as just two examples of us bringing leading-edge technology to millions of people. Last year, we marked 10 million vehicles with Ford Sync globally in the 6 years since we introduced it, and more than 2 million vehicles with our fuel-saving EcoBoost engines in 4 years since it was launched. This year is posed to be even bigger and is the next major step in our One Ford plan. We are introducing the most vehicles in a single year in our history and investing heavily across the business for growth in the years ahead. Consider this: Ford and Lincoln will launch 23 new vehicles this year for customers around the world. 16 will be right here in North America, triple the number of new products from last year. Supporting the new products is Ford's most ambitious manufacturing expansion in over 50 years, with 2 new plants in China, 1 new plant in Brazil, as well as increasing capacity and adding production in Russia, Turkey, and 6 of our U.S. assembly plants. This will mean the creation of 11,000 new jobs globally this year alone, and more than we have created in any year in more than a decade. Our One Ford plan is clearly delivering. We truly are serving more customers in more markets with a full family of best-in-class vehicles and delivering profitable growth for all. And we are just getting started. Of course, it all starts with great products. And here to tell you more is Ford's Chief Operating Officer, Mark Fields.
Well, thank you and good morning, everybody. As Alan just mentioned, One Ford is about delivering profitable growth by serving customers with a full family of vehicles, cars, utilities, and trucks. A few years ago, particularly in this market, people knew Ford for our great trucks and Mustang, but not for smaller cars and more fuel-efficient cars. Well, times have really changed. Our greatest growth in the past 7 years has been in our global car sales and utilities. In fact, based on Polk data, 2 of the top 4 Ford best-selling nameplates are Ford cars. Our global small car strategy began with the Ford Fiesta that we first introduced right here at this show in 2008. And since then, Fiesta's global sales have increased at more than triple the rate of the overall global segment, allowing Fiesta to become the world's #1 best-selling subcompact. And Fiesta continues to showcase Ford's legendary driving quality with the multi-award-winning Fiesta ST launched just last year. Next, Focus, which we introduced right here at this show in 2010. Now, it's on pace to be the top-selling nameplate in the world for the second year in a row. Our new Fusion, which made its debut in 2012, has just delivered a record sales year in the US. And we also expect sales to continue to grow with Mondeo's recent introduction in Asia, followed by Europe later this year. Fusion and Mondeo are also offered as hybrids, a part of the market where we've made substantial progress. Last year in the US, we doubled our electrified vehicle market share with our Fusion, our C-Max, and Focus, offering customers a choice between hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and all-electric vehicles. In fact, last quarter, our plug-in vehicles, including the C-Max, the Fusion, and Focus, outsold both Toyota and Tesla's plug-ins. And of course, we've just introduced the new Mustang. It represents the heart and soul of the Ford brand, and soon will be available to customers around the world. Love that sound. Now, let's turn our attention to the utility market. Globally, utility vehicles are growing faster than any other category. By 2018, utilities are expected to account for 1 out of every 5 vehicles sold globally. And last year was a record year for Ford's global utilities, with our sales growth far exceeding that of the global utility segment. And we expect that growth to continue, with Ford challenging Toyota's utilities worldwide. And it starts with the Ford EcoSport, already the best-selling utility in South America and experiencing strong demand in India. We recently launched EcoSport in Europe, and ASEAN markets are soon to follow. Next is the Edge, including the Edge concept we recently revealed. Now, Edge is a global success story, delivering record sales last year and soon to be introduced in Europe. Now next, Escape and Kuga, which have achieved a record year, crossing the 500,000 global sales mark for the first time. And of course, our iconic Explorer, with global sales that have increased 163% in just 5 years, as we've introduced it to 116 markets around the world. Rounding out our utility lineup is the all-new 5- and 7-passenger Transit Connect, which goes on sale in the US this month. And it's aimed at an active customer who's looking for a different kind of people mover. Now let's turn to trucks and commercial vehicles. Globally, Ford is the largest manufacturer in the commercial vehicle segments in which we compete. And we are the first brand to win the International Van of the Year 2 years in a row. So let's start with the Transit Connect, our affordable small van that features industry-leading payload, cargo volume, power, and of course, fuel efficiency. Its sales have grown steadily in the past 5 years, and we expect that growth to continue. Next is our Transit, which brings an unprecedented range of customer choices to meet customers' needs. Transit has been the symbol of work for customers around the world since it was introduced back in 1965. In fact, we've sold more than 7 million Transits globally to customers in 111 markets. Transit has been the best-selling commercial vehicle in the UK for 48 years. And this summer, we'll begin building it in Kansas City for our US customers. And Transit will eventually replace our E-Series van, which has led the segment for 35 years straight. Next is our global pickup, the Ford Ranger, also experiencing tremendous growth. Sales have increased 26% since 2010 when it was introduced. And last year, Ranger sold more than 160,000 vehicles across 167 markets.